Like, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna actually get burnt unless something bad happens, like a series of seeds. But in the other game, nothing like this has happened yet. So that's why I'm not really... Like, I shouldn't be scared because it hasn't happened in like 15,000 days nearly. If you count the other characters as well, even longer than that. Never has my base ever burnt down because of Critters until this game. Which is why I thought it had to do with the patch. But I don't actually think it is related to the patch. It was just poor placement. The Doi breeding thing's not going to happen for at least another year in game. The next base needs to be up and running first. And then I need supplies to make the base. Ah, oh, man. Don't starve. This game is, yeah, it basically lasts forever. Gotta make all these long-term plans. That's what makes it fun. No, I'm gonna leave the Doidois for now. I have to do important stuff like base building elsewhere and exploring. The volcano strike will be happening within the next day and a half. Am I out of spears? Why are the homeless bees not... Oh! Did I kill a homeless bee? Oops. I shouldn't do that. I know this one isn't a homeless bee for sure. Why are they not? Oh, it's spring only. Right. Never mind, I'm stupid. It's spring. It has to be spring for the homeless bees to work. Oops. I can't look at the link right now, but yeah, I just can't look at the link right now. There's no but. I'll do it when it's nighttime. Okay, warning, 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 strike. This is 1 day, not 1 day and a half. I forgot what I was gonna do here. There we go. Alright, let's see. What else do I have to do? The shovel. How's this gonna work? Shovel, shovel, shovel. Do I need the shovel? I don't think I do. I just need the pirate hat repair kits. One repair kit is enough. This I don't need. Oops. Oops! I'll just eat this. Jerky can be very, very useful. Jerky's less good on this character. Even though I think it's still decent to use, it's not as reliable as other characters. Jerky's like the ultimate item for other characters. The umbrella, I'm not sure why it's here. Alright, I think I'm good to go. So I put this here. Oh, that's scary. I'll put this here. Bring an extra trawl net. I'm gonna have to get the obsidian fire pit this season. So, wait, no, one trawl net is enough. One extra, I should say, is enough. Next item I need is the bisque. 2 bisque right here. Recover sanity. Oh, I just had an idea. Is there another mangrove? Maybe I won't leave yet. Never mind. I should have thought of this earlier. I won't leave yet. One more day, or half a day more before I leave. I'll take the first volcano wave here, and then I'll leave. I'm gonna leave this tree here because it gives me shade. You know, speaking of comics, I kind of want to work on a webcomic. I've been thinking about it for a while. But it's not going to look pretty, that's the thing. It's going to be, like, poorly drawn. So if you like, it'll be for the content, I guess. It won't be for the art, unfortunately. Because I can't draw. But you don't need to be able to draw to make a comic. 2 days into the full moon. Damn, I was expecting to have more time. No, I don't know who that is. That artist. Like, you don't have to be able to draw to be a comic artist, technically. You need to have, like, minimum abilities, I guess. Very, very little. Depends on what you want to draw. If you're just drawing, like, caricatures and stuff, and you don't really need any skill. But if you're drawing... I'm trying to think right here. Do I have time to make it around? If you're drawing like elaborate scenes and stuff, then you definitely need to know how to draw. Okay, Tokashi, yeah. His art was very questionable. His art goes like up and down. It's so annoying. Like sometimes it looks okay, other times it just looks like complete garbage. Like something you scribble together in one day. So that's actually why I question, like, how sick is he to be scribbling stuff like that? It actually affected his... Okay, this is another problem I had with the Chimera Ant arc. The storytelling was so terrible at certain points. And it actually reflected it in the anime, or it's starting to. Like, 80% is narrated, and even though like some of the scenes are pretty vivid, like you know what's going on, you have an idea of what the characters are thinking, the narrator speaks over, the scene. So it's really, really disruptive when that happens. It's such a terrible storytelling technique. You should never narrate that much. Oh, there's the Hound Wave. People say he forgot how to draw and his wife was imitating his drawings? No, you can't help it. It's poor planning if you're relying on a narrator to tell the entire story. You can have the best story in the world, and the Chimera Ant arc was really, like, touching, I guess. It was really interesting, and it was really touching and endearing, but the storytelling technique was so terrible. Like, I'm actually getting bored watching it right now. It's like super Resident Sleeper, hearing the narrator speak every 2 seconds. Yeah, I know it was one of the worst hiatus days because I was reading it live, which is why it was so annoying to me. I had to reread it a couple times. But it was such good story. It was such a good story with terrible storytelling. Like some of the worst storytelling ever. But you can't help but at least, understand that the story is good still. I don't know which one is full health, so I guess I'm gonna be using this thing to hit everything. One of the things that people don't understand in general is the difference between story and storytelling. Storytelling is a method, the story is just like the overall story. The overall story was great. The technique was awful. Okay, I guess if I put it that way. Uh-oh, whoops. I let it float. I let it explode. I may have like 3 sharks on me now. If you think of like an art artist, if their method of drawing something is like really crude, unrefined, I guess no, that's not really entirely the same thing, is it? The reason being, like a crude, unrefined art style can still be okay, whereas storytelling is actually, Usually I use writing as an example, but now I'm trying to use writing as a topic and trying to figure out an example for it, so it's very difficult. What a dilemma. Okay, well, I guess I have to bring this garbage back. I didn't mean to do that, that was a mistake. I was actually planning to avoid the whale, so I didn't have to pick up all the items. Let's see, what am I trying to say here? I'm pretty sure people understand the difference. If they think about it, they understand the difference between story and storytelling. But it can be a difficult thing to grasp if you don't actually think. Maybe I just go overnight. I don't want to waste time. Oh, Volcano Strike was 136 here. 1.5 days. 1, 2, 3 strike. 138 halfway through the day. That's the next Volcano Strike. Let's get out of here. Yeah, the narrator was a bad idea. I understand why the narrator was used, but it was used too much. Because the invasion part happens within like 2 minutes. Everything is super slowed down. It's like 2 minutes over like 10 chapters or something, which is like 10 episodes or something like that. So, yeah, it's understandable that they want to use a narrator to make sure that you understand what's going on and that time is moving very slowly. But I feel like they could have done a better job at it, especially because they're professionals. I mean, you can always do a better job, right? That is a lot of stink rays. That is a lot of stink rays aggroed onto me. Or the bird. So, yeah, it's the first time I'm watching the remake, and the first time I'm seeing it in physical form, or like visual form. Not okay. Visual, non-written form, there. Video form. They're both visual media, I guess. And it just feels so bad. I'm sure there are those who would argue otherwise. But it's such a terrible storytelling technique. Alright, so 137 is the day that I'm gonna feed the bisque to the octopus, which means I need to go through to the other side. That means I lose the bird. Is it? Do I do this? Or do I go to the volcano and explore? Ah, decisions. If I go to the volcano and explore, this goes to the octopus. Okay, I'll do that then. That's actually a good idea. The bird is stuck anyway. Oh, it has a... This is not good. It has the item that I need. The reason why I'm overheating. I guess I cooled off automatically. It happens sometimes. What else do I need from the bird? Nothing really. I'm skipping out on a lot of whales. Usually I don't do this. Especially when I'm in the other game, the Weber game. But I'm actually very desperate right now. It looks like I'm in a pretty good spot in this game, but for my standards, this is very bad. Day 137, and I still don't have a really good base yet. Without really... Like, for the Weber game was because I wasn't very experienced with Shipwrecked. But if you compare this base with the Walani game and the WX game, it's a very poor base. I don't know many artist or director names. Not familiar with them. Alright, so I'm gonna finish exploring this area. How much time do I have? Half a day or so. Oh, it's the full moon. Never mind. I have a full day then. 2 full days. The volcano strike is in 1 day from now. Oh, this gets better and better. That's a good quote. That's pretty funny. I'm starting to like this character more. The sarcasm. You should just make a character that's like fully sarcastic. That'd be pretty funny. A lot of the characters in this game are really matter of fact. Or whimsical. Sarcasm is something they should explore more. Where's my bird? I guess the volcano ate my bird. Alright, so the problem is if the full moon goes on, if the full moon is going on, I can't actually stop during the day or night. So I'm going to be out here for a while. I only have 1 piece of food left. The crockpot is inside the bird. The bird is stuck in the volcano. And in terms of today's timing, I'm not going to make it to the octopus, I think. It's all the way over here? Yeah, I'm definitely not going to make it. So I need the bird with me, in case bioluminescence is nearby. That's the backup plan. But the bird is stuck, so the backup plan is not really going to work out. I actually remember that people that I knew were talking about anime studios like 10 plus years ago. They said that Madhouse was bad. I don't really know anything about it, so I don't have anything to say about. Oh, that's bad. Oops, should have been paying attention. Whenever I get absorbed in planning for stuff and like talking about what I'm planning, I never look at my durability. One of these days, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I feel like the chance is there. One of these days I'm gonna lose the umbrella. But at least you can craft it now, so the loss is not as big. So far the umbrella is one of the only items that I haven't actually lost due to durability loss. Just because it lasts for so long. So the plan is to go this way around and then like, zigzag through. That way I can get the bird back in case I see bioluminescence. And then tomorrow will be the first octopus day. This is really bad because what do I need for the pirate hat anyway? It's like a bone shard, 1 silk, and rope? Bone shard is actually hard to get when I'm out at sea. Silk and rope is not as hard. There's no way to actually get... And I just lost my chilled amulet because I wasn't paying attention. Wow! Alright, well... I'm messing this up badly. The plan was good. The execution was awful. Just like the Chimera Ant arc. Holy crap, that's bad. I lost the pirate hat and a chilled amulet. Because I wasn't paying attention at all. Ah, that's really bad. It means if I overheat, I have no way to counter it now. I just removed the only counterplay to the to the volcano season. At least for long-term exploring.